Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live Afternoon Edition. Joining me live, Shy Girl. How are you?
Good. How you doing today?
Hi. I'm doing great. And so is gold, by the way. What is going on with gold? It's like ripping again.
I know, right? I think what happened, we talked about this a little bit this morning, that there really is no resolution with the China trade deal. Bessent was in an interview yesterday on ABC, I believe, and basically said he doesn't know what's going on with China. He saw him at the IMF meeting, but they didn't talk tariffs, and he doesn't know if Trump has spoken to President Xi yet either. So we kind of had that on the back burner kind of once again. And so I think that's sparked a little bit of fear in these markets. And also they're talking about how, there's this chart going around. I don't know if anybody's seen it, how it says trade deals have taken the U.S. on average 18 months. So that is kind of disconcerting for the markets.
We're not going to miss our 90-day target, apparently. But in any event, the chart's looking pretty. There's a lot of stuff going on in this chart, Tracy. We have kind of a xylophone pattern is forming. I don't know if this is a made-up pattern or it's in a textbook somewhere, but we have equal and opposite candles of different colors. We're one thing in common though. We're kind of button up against this area of support here. That's at 32.92. You could round it up to 33 if you want. That gets you to that 31.8% retracement. That 8 EMA just keeps going through the bodies of the candle for the last, well, this will be day 4. And it seems like we have just uncertainty and consolidation right now, but there's no big retracement coming back down. So I'm not sure the bull market is over. Even with the stochastics kind of crossing under a little bit and still less than that 80 state, it's still looking pretty strong. And then on an intraday chart, we had some interesting levels. We kind of burned through a lot of these Jax levels and a lot of the Menthor Q levels as well. And right now we're just trading slightly above that call resistance and regular call resistance and zero DTE call as well. On the upside here, we have R1 that's just right touching that previous session's highs at 33.84. I don't know if it's too late in the day to get there or not, but that's definitely a target on the upside. And on the downside, frame in the bottom of the conversation really is nothing except for this Jax 2 level at 32.75 and S1. So nice orderly rally ever since, I don't know, about an hour after the London initial balance was over and no retracement back. The other metals is
You know,
platinum, I think. Oh, go ahead, Tracy. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I just wanted to add, the last kind of pullback we had was also around $200. So it seems like that is kind of the pullback that gold's been giving.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. That
Sorry.
explains the xylophone pattern too.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Back to platinum. Platinum's another. This is a great story as well. What's going on with the macros in platinum?
So, I've always liked platinum. I think that it's getting kind of a sympathy bid from gold, even though it is also an industrial metal. So there really isn't any kind of news out today, except for, we were consolidating. If you look on the 4 hour or the daily, we were consolidating there for a while, and now we're starting to break above that consolidation area. So it was either going to go back down or go up because we were sideways for quite a while.
Yeah, no, yeah, you could see it here starting on April 16th. Sideways price action, moving averages were kind of, yeah, arcing up a little bit, but mostly going straight across, especially that 50 EMA. I drew, using my imagination a little bit, I drew an ascending triangle, and sure enough, we broke out to the upside today, big time. We hit that 999 level that I have drawn on the chart as an important level. The next step up, I think we have a double top up here, and this is an inverse head and shoulders. That's above my pay grade, probably. I don't know, but we have this really nice double top right now as our next target on the upside. That's 1028 half. the stochastics are just shooting up, again, overbought from that point of view, but that doesn't always mean anything. And then on the intraday, we just had this rally happen way before even the London Open, and we just kept going up until we got this consolidation during the U.S. initial balance, and we've held no major retracement here in platinum.
Yeah, I've been bullish this, and I told everybody, once you get under that 900 level, start looking for a place to buy it because that's what this market likes to do.
All right. Well, this would not
So
this
that
would
is
not be a conversation without, yeah. Yeah, so that's the platinum story, and this wouldn't be a conversation without Tracy Shuchart, unless if we talked about crude oil.
so crude oil. So yes, of course. So this market again, it's worried about trade with China. China did come out over the overnight and say we don't need U.S.'s agricultural or energy products. Meanwhile, I would like to say that they just bought the most LPG from us than they ever have in their entire life for the month of April. So saying one thing, doing another. But they did come out that kind of, put a little bit of damper on oil. I think, the rest of the market is not looking super hot today. And we had some bad data from Dallas Fed manufacturing where they came out and said, if you read the comments on there, basically it's a survey. So there's a comment section and everybody is very worried about what the future looks like. They don't know what to do. They need to order things, but they don't know what the tariffs are going to be on it. And manufacturers are feeling very stuck right now. So that also put a damper on crude oil, obviously, since its manufacturing requires a lot of energy. We are rallying a little bit up here into the 230 close, or we did into the 230 close. And so we'll see if we get a little bit of bounce. Crude futures settled at 62.05 a barrel, just now at 230. Market is obviously still open. That's just when it settles.
Yeah, I mean, on a daily chart, we have a serious bearish engulfing candle today. We do have that consolidation. I have my hamburger bun consolidation area there from 61.53 all the way up to about 64. And it's been sideways action ever since. That anchored VWAP from the highs back on April 2nd is flatlined. We're right in the middle of it, and it's right marching along with that 8 EMA right now. So, to see it bounce to a 61 handle, I'm wondering if it's not going to last, if we're going to get a little bit of more trade lift, regardless of what the news is and how crazy this whole mystery surrounding tariffs. Going to an intraday chart. This was that big candle that Tracy was talking about. Big benchmark candle, sold off, no retracement really, except until the end. We're coming back at the end a little bit. But we bounced right off that 0 DTE put support in that 1-day min level from Menthor Q. So those were kind of nice areas of interest that we hit. The volume profile is not really good. It's a double distribution, really, with a point of control at 61.88, competing point of control all the way up here at 62.91. So that's what's going on in crude oil. And Tracy, I meant to ask you, Japanese yen. We got to talk about Mr. Yen.
Yeah, absolutely. Another kind of flight to safety trade. Often we see this rally when there is risk off, as that carry trade's being unwound a little bit, where traders are getting rid of risk assets and buying the yen. So that's, poised a pretty good, solid rally today. Its move has been way more than we've seen the move in the dollar. Of course, it's not as heavily weighted in the dollar basket as the euro is. But again, gold rallying, platinum rallying. We've got the Swissy rallying. We've got 6J rallying. So to me, this says this is a risk-off environment and a flight to safety.
Yeah, I agree. We have today a bullish engulfing candle today, a big one at that. We're back above that 8 EMA. We're creating some price. We have distance between the anchored VWAP that started back on March 28th, and so that's separating as well. Moving averages are kind of arcing up. We did have that cross under though on the stochastics, but now stochastics are trying to fight their way back up on the power of this green candle alone. Retracement wise, this is a textbook retracement. I mean, we had a really nice run in the yen. We retraced back to that 38.1% retracement, almost perfectly to a T, and then we took off from there. I had to put some extensions up to give me some targets because there's nothing but blue sky ahead. So I do have a 50% target up here and I know this is one of the negatives of trading futures is the decimal points are inverted, but 0.0072 24 for the next target up, and then I'll just follow the 61.8 to spot 0073 025. So there are some targets on the upside looking pretty powerful in the Japanese yen. And that is our hot commodity report. Tracy, thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the chat.
Very, very awesome. We are trading the close right now. We do have the OrderFlow Labs folks coming onto the scene. We have Leo the Tiger, and we also have the hardest working man in show business right now is Nick for a tick. After his Sunday night debut, which is fantastic, by the way, Nick. That was really, really great. A great segment.
Thank you, Jim. Soon we're gonna have to get Leo on there with me to ruin his Sunday brisket cookout, whatever he's probably going to be doing. That's better than staring at charts, but I'm sure he'll join me one of these days.
Only if we can call you streamer boy, Nick.
I mean, you have already coined the phrase, so it's hard for me to take that thunder away from you at this point. I think the people already
Streamer
know
boy,
who the streamer
we need
boy
you.
is, and it's not me. And I think Kate already made that known too.
Well, I think it would be fair then for Nick to actually uh, film or broadcast from the actual pit where he's making, he's out there, doing his barbecue, and then I think that would work perfectly.
I mean, maybe we're just going to
Weekly.
start doing, I guess, more content live all the time, everywhere. Just whatever the people want, we'll give it to you.
Very awesome. All right. Anybody in the trade yet or no?
I'm in a small, short up here near 55.30s. We'll see what happens.
All right. All right, guys. Well, good luck. I'll be taking notes and paying attention. So good luck today.
See you, Jim. It's just me and you now, Nick.
I mean, it is what it is. But the real question, I guess, for everybody is, are we going to answer the hardest hitting question that is circling the internet today?
Oh, I must be out of the loop.
If you were not paying attention to X this weekend, the hardest hitting question on the internet currently is, can 100 men beat a single gorilla in hand-to-hand combat? I had a good laugh seeing all of that stuff this weekend too. So
What was the answer?
right. We don't know. It's an open debate.
What was your answer?
It's a very much a variable question, and I would love to. This is one of those, like, if I was back in my old world and doing an interview, I would love to hear how someone asks questions back to that. Like, what questions are they then asking me? Like, okay, well, what time frame do we have to operate in this? Are weapons allowed? Are random things that the men can pick up allowed? Like all of those fun things. But
I would just assume the 100 men would be just as bare bones as the gorilla.
Exactly.
What would you say?
It really depends if the group of 100 men decide to work together, or are they going to just run away, scatter individually into smaller groups, and just get picked apart.
Right.
So that is the hardest hitting question on the internet today. Just decided to bring that up.
I'm glad I didn't look at the
morning.
internet this weekend.
I mean, it's a funny world we live in.
We should set up a pay-per-view and find out, JS said.
I'm sure someone has already crunched the numbers with average, male strength statistics versus a gorilla and had AI play it out 100 or so times to see who's win. I'm sure somebody's done that. I just haven't seen it yet.
Right. So you're short ES?
I am short ES at 55.29 and 3/4, looking to see, do we kind of get this little move back towards this consolidation towards 55.20. He's really just looking for like 10 points on this. Yeah, I was debating. I almost bought some calls in this general area. Just decided, I mean, I've been very much hands off the last few sessions as it is from trading. It's Monday. We're coming off, and like we said, that weird spot. It's Max Evans earnings week. We talked about some of these things last night on my show. It's just, I probably am not doing a ton in the early parts of this week, unless the market tells me something that it's going to pick a direction and maybe actually be breaking out of this consolidation, or do we have that failed breakout at the top of that balance range I think you were talking about, and that I was talking about last night on the Sunday Open.
Yeah, we held it above it all night, and then it was support pretty much a RTH until it broke 480, that 480 spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was actually nice enough to retest it and give you an entry for a short.
It was. And I think that 600 spot was that bottom of that old value area low that we were kind of talking about last night. So it really did give you a decent chance to get in to short that. But I just sat on my hands and just kind of watched it. And then you scratch your head a little bit and you're like, yeah, you plan, you have an idea, perspective of an area. Maybe you want to see, like we were talking about, where sellers may start to reoffer. And I mean, it plays out, but I'm still just sitting here, I guess, with stage fright and too afraid to actually push the button some days.
So the good time to buy high was broken to the upside, held, and then now we're back inside of it. That's the net.
Yep, and that's pretty much where we're stuck right now, is right at the top of that good time to buy candle on ES at 55.30s.
Well, we have a double distribution in both sessions and Q and ES. So I think it makes sense
I didn't
to
even
be
notice
looking
that.
at the
You're
spot
right.
for a short. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at that LVN and then coming up to, I guess, the 24-hour VWAP, and it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I wasn't even seeing the top distribution.
Nixie, LVN, Nixel.
Yes. I mean, it's a lot of what I do. Sometimes it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And I could have already covered this for like 8 points, but I was actually going for 55.20. So we'll keep watching this. Stop is not much higher. It's relatively tight, kind of at the next little node there on this LVN. So we'll see what happens. I may get stopped out. No big deal. Have you done anything today? I know Mondays are not your guns blazing type of day.
Yeah, I was doing some stuff this morning, but I haven't done anything this afternoon. Nothing noteworthy. I mean, the OR mid short played out two times. It showed its power, and I didn't take it either time. But yeah, I mean, I'm watching this spot right here. 24-hour view ups right here. I think we're RTH view up. We're just kind of right at it, 420.
Yeah, we're right at.
That's where they had some sellers earlier. We have single print, just like, well,
I'm
not having the single prints now. You got stopped?
I'm probably about to.
Gotcha.
We're gonna trade both. I'm sure. Wait, yeah, Leo, are you prepared?
I'm on NQ today. Yes.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, are we both trading ES because that's boring? Maybe I'll flip back to NQ. Yeah, NQ coming in around 425. Initial balance low, right around this area too. So LVN, IB low, possibly could be a decent reoffer here. But so far, I'm not seeing much from sellers that gives me confidence, and I'm not going to get stopped out. We're above all of that 5,500 SPX gamma. Let's see.
I'm probably short here, 23.
You got short?
24. I probably should turn my screen share on. Okay.
No, that is not a fib overlaid on my initial balance area. That is just the other MGI. So previous day close, the week open, the Job pivot, and a couple others that are sitting on there. So that's not fibs if you can't quite see the text. Leo, what was your entry?
24s
Okay.
around there. Kind of scaled into it, so
I feel like
I'm not going to stick around too long. I'm just actually going to trim some of this because we're not really going.
I got into this trade when we were basically coming to the green room. I feel like I've been in this trade for 30 minutes almost already. And
Yeah.
moved.
I mean, it's a good spot. We're just not getting the reaction. We got a little bit of a on this VWAP test right here, and they just trap, more sellers. They are getting these little like exhaustive pops like that one we just had. Where they start to reject, but then it's just like they bid it back up. I don't know. It's one of those scenarios where they could just traverse all the way back through to the opening range.
Yep.
Volume point of controls up here at 500, or reject somewhere around here and go back into this other distribution right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really those are kind of the scenarios that would be likely to play out.
And no surprise too. I mean, if we have some indecision in the early part of this week with the rest of the Mag 7 kind of reporting on Thursday or Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, you got 40% of the S&P basically reporting this week. So very much could be in a quiet consolidation unless we have an absolute chaos headline out of nowhere. Would not be shocked. Some early balance this week, albeit in the upper edge of the old balance that we've been in.
Right. Yeah, what's that? What are we at right now? Okay. See, we're back above it now.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
And I can't, it's
30
funny.
points
Like,
above it.
even if we do fail in theory, I was kind of expecting, I guess, a more violent little blow off above it. And then maybe we'd get a larger reoffer from a bigger player potentially if we were going to sell into this. But the more we kind of consolidate and add some volume at the top of this range, I would say it still could have legs where we actually should break out to the upside.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would think if we were going to, if this was going to be a real failure, it's too early to tell, right? We're talking about this is a pretty, not a super high time frame. I mean, it's
a month
going back a couple of weeks, right? It's almost a month. So yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell if this is going to break out and go or if it's going to fail. So I think it's just kind of,
I mean, we may wait till Wednesday.
TBD.
Microsoft, everybody else reports.
Right. Yeah.
But it did look like we were going to fail until we kind of started this. I mean, this Monday or today, honest to God, reminds me of last Monday, like very much to a T, the exact same price action, just the slow drift, death grind a little bit lower, and then a nice little recovery in the afternoon that says all is fine. It's like almost the exact same playbook from last Monday.
Yeah, I tried to sell that on Monday too. I remember now.
Yeah.
That was like my worst stream ever as a streamer boy.
You were, but then you got
my worst performance.
No, but then you got long.
I came back on Wednesday and did the ES thing. Oh, maybe I did do that.
No, that was Monday.
That was on Monday. Never mind.
That was Monday because I was trying to long your stop out.
Yes, and we had to all watch you
a point.
Yes, we had to watch you get
points.
The FOMO, and your face was so.
I was so mad, dude. Like that was another trade where it's like I was, for the fun of it, taking your stop and longing, but there's no reason I should not have been long in the personal account when I actually believed in that trade.
Yeah.
But I just sat there and watched exactly what I thought was going to happen play out. And that just scratch your head sometimes. Trying to be funny for the content instead of taking an actual good trade.
That's what you get.
Yep. Trying to be a streamer boy instead of padding my own pocket, I guess.
Composite settings on the right. This is just the RTH profile. So it's just from the RTH Open. And then these are leg to legs. So currently it's anchored from this 1215 low. This volume profile and the delta profile are anchored from this swing low. You bet. I think I'm just gonna get out. I don't. This
Yeah, I don't love
trade
this
is not
either.
getting me excited at all. I was kind of looking for a trade to hammer into, to be honest.
Yeah, and like you said, that was the spot to reoffer. I mean, ES still has, I mean, NQ is still fine. We're still initial balance low. Could still do it. But yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah, we're
anything
just
from sellers yet.
grinding. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the turn will bring us some excitement.
55. Yeah, I really need to set this NQ chart book back up. Oh, this is still an MNQ. I don't totally trust the delta order flow yet.
Yeah, that one's not cross traded. It's actually an MNQ chart, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Should I call myself the diplomat? Oh,
Wait, did you? Oh, that was a
that
soundbite.
was a
I was so
soundbite.
confused what the context was. I was like, what?
Should I call myself the diplomat? I think so. I think I am. The streamer boy diplomat.
Yes.
That's right. Well, well, well. Nick,
Hmm.
give me all of the events of the week.
Oh, let me remember. We have uh, PCE
Tomorrow?
Wednesday. God, I'm like totally blanking without the economic calendar. Let me do it.
Let me give it to you, Nick, since
Give
you
it
don't
to
have
me.
it. Jolts tomorrow.
Jolts was tomorrow. That
That's
was
been moving things. Um, we have advanced GDP 7:30 on Wednesday. PMI Wednesday, Chicago PMI. Personal income spending, pending home sales, PCE. All that's on Wednesday, and then Thursday,
jobless claims and PMI.
unemployment, PMI, ISM, yeah, PMI. Final manufacturing PMI, ISM PMI, and then Friday, NFP,
Yep.
NFP Friday.
NFP Friday.
I did not see the pic of on X of Trader Kane rolling into Miami. And then who's reporting? I need to know what days.
I mean, the ones that matter that are going to move the market are Wednesday and Thursday, with Microsoft and Meta on Wednesday, followed by Amazon and Apple on Thursday.
That sounds great. So we get some good movement Wednesday, Thursday, and then NFP Friday.
Yep.
Um, do you have any favorite big releases that you like to trade? Like NFP is usually a big mover. CPI is a big mover. You know, do you have any of your pre-market events that you like to trade, or do you just completely sit out?
I mean, when I was an idiot new trader who thought he knew what he was doing all the time, I was a fan of dabbling in the afterglow of CPI always. But I've matured
CPI.
in my trading
Interesting.
where there's absolutely no point in doing that. It is as gambling could ever be defined. I don't care what edge
Mm,
you have. I mean, even if you're doing stop limits and the other stuff people try to do in the sim world to hit a big trade, I think I mean, you're just asking for whatever you want to call that little like those few seconds when the algos are processing it and the books are empty, where it can go any direction, stop you out of a trade and give you a big loss. So I've just never been a fan of it. Every once in a while, like I said, 5, 10 minutes later, happy to trade the afterglow. But for the most part, I guess I've matured and I just stay away. And even now, man, there's a lot of opens where I'm more so just sit on my hands, at least let the first 15 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes kind of settle in. And I see a better, I've noticed this. Like if there may be a move off the open that I could take in the first couple minutes, but after that, it's just can be just a mess. And then if I wait 10 minutes, there's like a perfect short setup for a reversal or something else that just a much simpler trade to take. So I like to now just wait a few minutes, be a little more patient.
A lot to be said about that. If we turned off everybody's ability to trade for the first 15 minutes, you'd probably have more profitable traders.
I think so. I think you'd take less paper cuts if you're smart about how you use your stops, if you are trading that type of volatility. But I've been handcuffing myself by spending a little more time with the baby. I've been taking kind of the early morning feeds and just playtime to keep me out of even staring at the pre-market charts and getting the itch to press a button before the open and then at the open. So I've been kind of meandering to my desk a little after 8:30 and signing up or not signing up, turning everything on then. So I'm pretty much
Nick the streamer dad.
away from it for a little bit. I don't know. I've been, like I said, very hands off the last few sessions, and
man.
I'm feeling better about it because then I come to my desk, and even this morning, like there was that nice reversal at about 8:45 Central that he could have just rode down short. And then eventually comes back up to the opening range mid that Leo has a bunch of statistics and talks about all the time. Like there's some simple trades where you could have a very simple, defined, stop placement and not worried about getting run over if you're just a little more patient. Another 15 minutes of just sitting and waiting for that potential entry. I mean, that's all you can ask for. And I just got stopped out.
Yeah. Me too.
I was in that trade
Me
way
too.
too long. With the 5-point stop, I mean, I was in that trade for 30 minutes. So that says everything about this price action right now. We ain't really moving much, but we are drifting higher.
Leo, let's see. Take a look at the NQ or NQ turn and what happened there. Who's asking? Who is asking? RZW. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, knife catching setup.
I don't.
Um,
Yeah, I don't really see much, to be honest.
yeah, I mean,
The
there was
reversal. There's a lot of
absorption.
buying happening, but
There was absorption down in here, but I don't know. Like, I think the best trade in these scenarios, especially when you have single prints kind of trend indication, is taking these rebids off of these lows. So like I'm just draw horizontal line. So we have this low, we take it out and then look for that retest. In addition to this delta here, that might be an attempt at a long there. But that's still tricky. I think it wasn't super clear, at least on the MNQ order flow. So I don't have the NQ order flow up.
I don't see much in NQ. I don't see much in ES that would have triggered me into a long at like on the actual knife catch. Like nothing
Right.
that I really, really see.
You got a little pullback here. Trap sellers. Again, trap sellers. Every time they have sell delta that comes in, he's just walloped.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're looking at the other scenario that we talked about. So here's the opening range. We broke it. We had both an upside breakout here and then a downside breakout, breakdown. And then this 5-minute mid was reoffered twice. That's what I talked about. I mean, those were the best looks. If you took this long and got stopped out, you can then flip on this retest here. You know, because it's kind of like this is a failed breakout. It broke down, so look for that spot to get short. But yeah, we have a double distribution here. So we have one profile distribution here, one profile here, and now we're just kind of walking back up to this upper distribution. So for me, that since that short didn't really work, and I tried to step on it just a little bit, you know, getting stopped out, I'm not really interested in like a momentum long or anything because it's just not an A plus. It's not even I don't even have a setup for like a momentum long backup into this area. So it's hands off for me. Saw some absorption down there, but looked more to me like retail dumpers just ran out of gas. Yeah, I would love to see be able to tell, you know, if retail was doing something different than the smart money. Although smart money can be wrong, just as wrong too. Everybody can be wrong. That's what makes a market great.
Yeah, I'm wrong on the time. It's just trying to be on the right side of that batting average.
What's your ES chart looking like? Let's pull that up.
It's just more positive delta continuing to build as we head into IB low here. Stop me out. Still going.
The mysterious gray line still is something. These are something important.
You have a random gray line.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. Like I said, I haven't.
I wonder if it's an MGI that he just like you turned off the label.
I think so. Yeah, because there's one here. One here, here, here. It's not the pivot. But
Wait,
it's like
where is it at on NQ?
it goes from 130 to maybe it's like a pivot. It must be the pivot. Actually, I think I know what it is. It's like the pivot low.
Oh,
Is
like
the anchor point of where each rotation start?
Hmm.
Is it at the anchor? No.
they're still just marching this up. Gonna unwind the entire session.
Can we flip over to Nick's chart? I'm gonna
He's gonna play with settings.
play with settings. I don't want to bore the chat.
So yes, back inside the initial bounce. Still seeing buyers trying to accelerate here. I mean, come back up, probably retest the open from last night at 44s. The amount of times we have these type of moves after lunch in the afternoon, and I just kind of sit here and watch it instead of taking a stab to joining along with it. Like I'll usually keep my hands clean and not do anything, but like this exact type of setup, we saw it last Monday. How many afternoons do we see this type of acceleration from buyers, I guess, on lower volume into power hour?
We need to get on Edge, the Edge platform.
Yeah, like what?
And see what statistics. If we should just be bullish every Monday and Wednesday afternoon, we just come on the show and just buy.
I mean, it really makes sense. I'm sure that there's got to be something, right? Like a long in what would it be like K period math. Trying to do alphabet in my head right now. What's around lunchtime? Like 12 o'clock Central. What period is that?
J. J is the best period.
J period.
If you buy J low, Edge full. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And if you buy a J low,
Like how often it is the low of the day or something. Like what period?
yeah,
Typically low of the day.
YOLO Mondays. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing really here. You know, we took the single prints back out. we're kind of just walking back through this low volume area. I think that short was a pretty okay spot. It just didn't go.
I mean, when you're looking at this, like, not necessarily don't fade a trend day, but don't fade the directional move that we've kind of been in all since the sell off the open. I mean, that was kind of your spot where you'd really look to reoffer if you did get a
Yeah.
passive bid off a low and just happens to get run over time after
AJ
time.
AJ would not be buying these highs to go higher. That's only him when we have a trend day breakout.
Jim says Mondays are 61.5% green the last 6 months.
Mondays are the most positive from open to close day of the week. Statistically, I think a 4-year look back. That holds true for like 1, 2, 3, 4-year look back. Mondays are bullish, typically. I got rid of the gray line. Yay. I'll have to talk to our Ninja dev on that. So let's see. High time frame. Back above the balance area. Breakout spot. Really no new information today, right? We're just last night held above that balance area high. Now we dipped back inside of it. Now we're back out of it.
I mean, we really did just.
If we see a gap of any kind to the upside, I think, I'm probably going to be more geared towards going with that directional move. If that happens, if we get like a day with single prints, etc., those are the kind of the two main clues that I look for when we're leaving a balance area range is, single prints, a day with single prints to the upside, or a gap outside of it.
I mean, even today's low is basically 2 weeks ago's weekly high and this little high
Right.
shear.
Yep.
Like that's, I mean, we didn't see any order flow as far as like triggering the long, but as far as like just using volume profile, I mean, a decent spot to at least take a stab there at the edge of that.
Right.
I'm just trying to find, I guess, any reason of like why did we kind of bounce there since we didn't take out the previous day low, like we didn't reverse where you think we might, but I guess maybe there's your answer. All that volume sitting in that like 250s, 260s spot. And yes, rejecting around that week open again. And sellers initiating, it seems. Do I dare go with them here?
Nick gonna short it?
Yeah.
Delta flip?
Delta flip, rejection or right before the week open, falling outside initial balance low again. The pivot's right there. Hang on. I'm going to hesitate and miss this.
$475 resistance, Chris says. That would make sense.
I'll take the stab. Why not?
Yay, Nick.
Just keep there for a second. All right. So I am short 37 3/4. Right around initial balance low. Realistically, if we get back inside IB, I'll just cut this. But let's see if I can actually follow sellers here. They actually want to do something. I mean, we are kind of like in the dead center of the day's range. So I may
Don't
just
diddle in the middle.
don't diddle in the middle, and I may just get chopped up and stopped here.
I think I'm going to bring the Dom back next time we stream. I just feel so lost without it.
Did you stream with one?
Not the Ninja Dom, no.
Oh,
Should we stream with the Super Dom?
I'm gonna get stopped. Picked up by sellers.
Time and
Absorbed there
sales.
on the low.
Yeah, definitely need the time
I'm
and
gonna get
sales.
stopped. Yeah, I'm out. I should have been out. About break even there as soon as they got absorbed on that first little push down.
That's the play, man. You got to get the time and sales and the Dom back on.
That'd be fun.
My whole screen is covered with this chart, and I feel pretty lost. Pretty lost.
Yeah, that's the fun of streaming is showing the one chart, and then you're still trying to look back at some of the others that you have built for other things.
Right. Never short when the VIX is dumping. I've always done a
Dumping?
fantastic job of having absolutes like that. Never short. Thank you, Pharm. Yeah, it's tough when there's nothing to do because
That's why we
I
just
know
take
that
trades.
we're here to take
Or just taking trades.
take some trades, but we don't want to take trades just for the sake of it.
Yeah. But it's always funny when you're doing this. If you're really looking for a trade, which obviously is what you're doing when you're live streaming trading, it's very easy to find one
Of course. Yep.
versus waiting for the right setups at times.
Yep.
I would say that first short attempt was the right setup. You're kind of just waiting
Yeah.
and taking the opportunity. This one, that was not even a coin flip, I would say. I was looking for a trade.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's important to also map out like ideas for a potential trade.
Mhm.
So what I would look for in this case at this point is we go hang out up here in the 500s in NQ. If that rejects, maybe look for some type of reoffer. Maybe even the other side of the initial balance, the 5-minute OR mid. I mean, that could sell again. No reason it couldn't. There's a bit of a shelf on the volume profile up there. So that would be one spot. Sam's going to scale. Sam is going to scale up there. So that would be a good spot. And then, any kind of pullback, I would be interested in looking for a long. I mean, because obviously the market's made a low for the day. Not saying like a higher time frame, but we have most likely the low of day is in. So if we get a nice pullback to get long, that'd be the trade. But since we got on the stream, it's just going
Straight up, not even pulling anything back. Not even giving me an exit out of that first short.
Let's see. Leah, I'd like to see how you use the time and sales. I will bring the time and sales with me on the next stream. And we're going to mix it up too. So, me and Nick have been streamer boys together Mondays and Wednesdays. And we're going to flip it around so that
Leo's already tired of me.
I'm already tired of Nick. Yeah. So I'm going to pawn Nick off to XYZ on Wednesdays. And me and Stowe and I will be on Thursdays.
Fun to continue to mix it up. I mean, I've now streamed with the whole team, and it's always still fun. Everyone's got a different perspective. Everyone trades a little different, yet using very similar information as far as execution goes. So it's still fun to hear from all of the different people around the team and trade with you guys. But yes, Leo is ditching me. He's done. He can only do 1 day a week with me going forward. That is what he put out there in the universe. And frankly, I don't blame him.
Oh my goodness, Stowe. He's the truth. There's drama. The truth is, me and XY got into Trader Boy beef. I need to hear about this. Spill the tea, homie.
Yeah, let's hear it, Stowe. Or write a multi-layered thread tweet about it.
Written by ChatGPT.
I wasn't gonna say it. It's really funny when
everybody should follow Stowe on Twitter, Stowe42.
You should.
But don't fall for his traps. The trap is that he writes these long threads and they're all written by ChatGPT. Nice job, Sam. He kept rooting on my trades to where, while secretly inversing me and making a ton of money. That's funny. Leaving one runner for all-time highs. Good luck with that.
A runner for some air horns. I'm a fan.
Do we have air horns on the show?
I mean, I do. I don't know if they're gonna get mad.
So I was thinking, like, we need something that challenges the money gun, because Tanya's got the money gun. We don't want to steal her ideas, but like we need something, right, Nick?
I mean, I did the air horns all last summer when we hit like 13 straight days on the S&P and like of new all-time highs.
On the other show,
out there in the streamer boy world.
You can just say the other show. Everyone knows
on the other show, whatever you guys want to call it.
So air horns. I mean, but that's very obnoxious.
Is it? Let's find out if it's obnoxious. Guys, is this obnoxious?
Air horns are obnoxious.
Fair enough. I'm going to assume that's obnoxious and annoying because it probably was.
If we have to talk to the boss about it, then that means they're annoying.
I mean, that's fine. The answer's there.
But we could do something fun. I missed that last part.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Production.
God, we are still just marching higher here.
Marching on up. This is actually good. I think we've done a good job, like the OFL crew on the afternoons, is of finding good trades to take, but not being overly zealous to get into a trade. And so I think it's good to see, hey, we recognize there's not a great trade here. And we're just going to demonstrate the fact that we're not going to do anything. Does that make us bad streamers? Bad streamer boys?
Because we're not taking trades?
We can lose money on purpose.
Who would do that?
Forcing trades, I always lose money on a forced trade. There's not a lot of absolutes in Twitter or on Twitter. And there's not a lot of absolutes in trading, but one is, if I'm forcing a trade, I will definitely lose money.
I was going to say, I don't need to try to lose a trade on purpose to lose money. Like, I do that well enough just trading as it is.
Yeah.
Like, I can lose enough money just trading the way I normally do. So
right.
God knows if I just inverse myself, maybe I'd hit more trades sometimes. Who knows? Last week it felt like that.
Good old Monday afternoon. What are your liquidity zones set to? They seem tighter than mine on default settings. That's a great question. They were set up by Elias. And again, this is on MNQ. 1500 volume with 1 block, 10 blocks per zone, 4 blocks with a minimum delta of 50 and then a total of 250. Uh-oh. I just clicked the wrong button.
What'd you do?
I just reloaded the chart. It's going to take just a second to load. So what I'm going to do is when I trade with Stowe on Thursday, we'll get this chart dialed in a little more, something I haven't done yet. And then once I get that done, I'll share it with you guys. Anybody that's on Ninja OFL, I'll share it with you guys. I tried to screenshot. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the Ninja chat in the OFL Discord. Sorry. I mean, they're definitely aggressive, right? But you know, you might look at them and be like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. A little bit of selling into these 505s.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they're going to push through though.
Firmament, that's way too low. That's way too much. That's too much manifestation. That's like over trying. Money fans, G6 Jet, racetrack girls. My wife is not about to be cool with me hanging out with racetrack girls right now. She's 7 months pregnant.
I don't even have the energy for that, to be honest with you guys. It just sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. We'll leave it for the
I'll leave it for the others out there in the space.
the real streamer boys.
Leave it for Kane.
That's Kane's job.
Kane seems like he has more energy than the two of us as far
I'm
as.
gonna send Kane a DM and be like, hey, just FYI, you're the full manifestation of the streamer boy. Charles, no, we don't have any
I'll go full
trials.
influence mode if you want me to.
Kane is about to get a DM that basically says we are signing him the maximum streamer boy.
I mean, he is.
Any trials available for OFL Discord? No, we don't have any trials, but we have some giveaways. We just gave away 9 free months, or 9 individual 1 month frees to 9 people. We'll do more of those, but it does take time and resources for us to, quote unquote, onboard people, especially in groups of 9. So we just want to make sure that we don't overload our team with folks. Sai says, I'm halfway through OFL Discord educational videos after binge all weekend. They're some of the most informative and in-depth, wow, educational videos I've ever seen. Leo and Job got a ton of them. Thank you. That's awesome.
They're great too. It's funny. I mean, I've been using OFL since like 2022. I feel like I don't even know if some of them have been refreshed, but I probably could use a good refresher on some of the other stuff or just some of the basic concepts. It's always still good to kind of go reaffirm things that you think you know, you hear it again a few years later, a little more experience, and it might hit a little differently.
Yeah. Yeah, and Job is always doing replays. So you can actually go into the Discord, open a ticket, and be like, hey, replay this specific time and give me your read. And so Job will do those replays and he'll post them. And, it's 5 to 7 minutes, like it's 5 to 7 minute clips, right? So it's easily digestible and you can get a look at a specific spot and, that somebody else picked out. and just get Job's take on what happened there, going over the DOM, the time it sales, the volume profile, all of those things. That
no
it
offense
takes
to you,
time.
but Job's explanation of volume profile when I was first starting trading, like it's something just clicked with the way he spoke about it, and it really resonated, and it suddenly started like really sinking in for me. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great educators.
Do you have a free version? Yes, we have free tools. So some of what you're seeing or you have seen on my streams here are free. Those are the single prints. So we just covered. We don't have any single prints on the chart now, but if we do have them, they'll show up. So those are free. The weekly MGI is free, and then there's a few other free things. So you can just pick those up on freemium. Like if you go to our website, it just says freemium and subscribe, and then that'll point you to our Discord, and you'll get instructions, educational content on the freemium tools, and a couple of example workspaces to use them. And you guys we have about 800 or so free tools that we've given out, or 800 traders that we've given out the free tools for. So hopefully you guys folks are out there using those free tools.
Pretty much just stuck at point of control on the session now.
I mean, there is some selling coming into this, but yeah, it's just
I mean, we just unwound the whole day. We're gonna close at an inch. Always my favorite thing after
we're gonna close where? Oh, unchanged.
Yeah, I just like to say inch.
Did you also share a config for the free version? There's example workspaces and shared in the free version too. Have you guys ever slightly passed max loss limit by $10 on the combine and got not get it validated? I don't know. Just call it luck. I got into this move, SMNQ 274. I'm all out, 100 points. In hindsight, I wish I would have held my runner a little longer. Nice trade. I mean, 100-point runner is that's a great move. 274. Dang, you really
that's a good entry.
You got the whole move there.
Yeah.
Don't ever be upset about a great trade that just went a little bit longer. Because if you think that way, then you'll start thinking that way for the rest of your trades where it wouldn't have gone.
Yeah,
so all of a sudden you're trying to hold for trades that are not going, for the distance.
Exactly. Especially because like you don't think about those trades that you covered for 30, 40 points on NQ, like completely out flat, that actually reverse maybe back towards your entry versus the ones that continue on after you hit flatten. So just trade your setups, get in and get out, come back the next session. I don't know. That's when I'm always at my best, when I can do that.
When you're just taking your basics.
Taking my points, shutting it down, doing something better.
Yeah.
Versus continuing to put money at risk.
Yep.
Or holding out for a 200-point runner like we were hitting when we first started doing this stream, and the VIX was at 50 and 100 points in a rotation every 30 seconds was not unheard of. It's wild. That was like a couple weeks ago.
Right?
I think, was it you who had the record? Was it Stowe with like a 300-point runner?
On the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He had like a 300-point move. I think I had like a 250. Um, I think Stowe holds the NinjaTrader live streaming record for the largest point move trade.
I mean, it definitely has to be up there.
And it was a multi. What I love about it is that not he called he told he was on earlier in the morning and told Jim like the trade that he was looking for, and the setup came before the close, the trade and the close thing came on, right? So like he got into it, but he got into the trade that he told Jim that he was going to get into, before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so he said he was going to take this trade. The trade happened. He comes back on the stream in the afternoon and he's sitting in that. He's still sitting in the trade.
He also was with no fear longing the highs of the good time to buy candle
Oh,
for
yes.
another like 200 points. And it was just
That's right.
insanity.
Jim is verified. So yeah, Stowe has the largest point move trade, Ninja Live records. We need to start, Jim.
We
Can
need
we get
a
stats on that?
historian for NinjaTrader Live.
Yep. We just need something for the other guys to shoot for. Merritt, Kane, Tanya, gals.
Could do it.
Little competition.
Speaking of which, we still need to figure out the blind product challenge one of these days.
The blind product challenge.
Yes.
What's that?
Where I just come up with a random instrument that you and Merritt potentially are going to trade competitively in a session. You guys have no idea. You got 5 minutes to set up a blank chart and go. That's how I'm pitching it, at least. Who knows? Maybe you'll trade palladium.
Stowe also has the record for 8 straight stop outs. Yeah, I think he does a great job of taking his stop outs when he needs to. I took 4 the other 2 weeks ago, 4 in a row.
I took 2.
Yeah.
Just happens.
That's part of trading.
Previous day close, nothing to do. Just drift upwards and now just consolidate until. Little less velocity on this end of day move as opposed to last Monday. There was some force with that buying last week.
The one you were jealous about?
Yes, the one that I, out of spite and I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. The one
And
I
that's
just
you're still thinking about that, man. It's like really rent free.
It lived rent. Like I can tell you this right now, that in some actually not taking that trade in my personal account affected me the rest of the week.
Wow.
I would 100% say that.
Have you tried therapy?
I mean, good traders don't go to therapy. They do hours and hours of technical analysis on the weekends.
Gotcha.
The best traders can do both. Do TA with their therapist.
Hey, Nick, what was the summary of your Sunday week prep? What you said one of your trades played out?
Well, not necessarily played out, but so far it looked like we may not be breaking out just yet. I'm basing that off NQ, really.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I was talking about, zoom out, coming up and kind of retesting this balance area to see if we get a larger time frame seller to push us back into balance. So that was the first thing I was looking for. I was kind of talking about last night, just not quite believing in this breakout just yet. So I wanted to see something with a little bit of force to get us back into that kind of mid to early March range. But so far, we're just kind of hanging out with Mag 7 on deck. Who knows? We may just kind of be range bound, ping ponging between this balance area and that balance area. And the
Well,
other
you never know.
did not.
Jolts tomorrow might give us some nice movement.
Yes.
So then you get decent movement for Tuesday, the rest of Tuesday morning, and then you should have something Wednesday to trade off of with GDP, advanced GDP,
I mean,
Chicago PMI, all of those things coming out Wednesday.
but then you got Meta and Microsoft in the afternoon.
Yeah,
So
right.
we may just kind of be
So like it should be
doing.
pretty good tomorrow, going all the way through Friday. Really.
I mean, I hope so. I always feel like when I get my hopes up that we're gonna have a good a good traders week, where there are ample opportunities that we're not just stuck in D-shaped profiles. But then I usually get let down on these type of weeks, and they end up being lackluster until the earnings and the single stock options traders get vol crushed.
Yeah.
And then we can move.
You're much of an options expert, are you?
I mean, I am not an options expert. I am a zero DTE trader randomly. I was about to be a part of this move on some 5,500 calls, but decided to not be an idiot because, I'm trying to be a more responsible zero DTE trader.
Aaron says we need Merritt and Leo to square off on frozen orange juice futures. Is that market even liquid?
I don't think it matters. The point
is trade.
You guys are going to
trade. Nick. Okay, Nick. If we're gonna do this, I mean, Merritt has to be in on it, obviously.
I mean,
but
I think
we need to do it on a market that moves.
Okay,
Can you at least
I will provide you with liquidity.
It has to have liquidity too. It can't be natural gas.
Yes, it'll be something random, something that I've watched maybe for a couple days to say, yes, it's moving. We're not just stuck in a tight range and not doing anything, but something that I would imagine you guys do not look at most weeks, most months, but every once in a while, probably take a picture of where we are roughly trading. So I would love that opportunity. We'll see if Merritt's in on it.
Job said technically OJ sounds pretty liquid. Dad jokes for the win. Job's got the best dad jokes.
No, but come on, you guys come in the morning, have no idea you're about to trade lean hogs. I mean, that's good TV.
Is it?
Maybe, I don't know. I would find it fun.
Fun for you.
But I mean, I'm entertained by weird things like that, I guess. Come on, you guys doing that for 30 minutes, seeing who gets more points it'd be entertaining in some way, shape, or form.
Lumber,
like lumber futures,
lumber
random. Like
lumber
I said.
F Leo. Hey, that one idea that I have is the trade one micro and reverse competition. I think that would be fun. We could all get on a stream in the morning, and you have to put one micro on. And the only thing you can do all day is reverse the position. You can either be long or short, but you can't get flat. You have to consistently be in a trade.
I've done it. It's weirdly more difficult than you can imagine.
You've done it?
Yeah. On the other stream, I guess.
You put one lot on micro.
No, all power hour.
Oh, power hour. No, you have to do it all day.
All day is a little different.
Start at the Asia Open, go there, close. That's what I told. I said it should be a 24-hour thing. You should have to sleep through it.
I just feel like you'll get someone like Kane that's awake during London, and he's just gonna be on the one-way trade and just ride it the whole day.
Just call it the reversal challenge.
I feel like we got to keep you guys well caffeinated and up on a 24-hour stream, and you guys have to be adding commentary and managing it for all of us.
I'm down. I'm totally down.
We do like a marathon Monday. You guys put on a trade at the Sunday Open live on my show, and then we continue. I'm happy to host this marathon Monday too. I will put it out there.
You open a position and you are only allowed to hit reverse based on the Dom tape. Really good training, but meant to be done on demo. No, I don't think we'd do it on demo. How much can you lose with one micro? Come on.
It's called, on a worst case scenario, maybe 1,000 points on
$1,000 bucks. $1,000
probably. What would a couple hundred points be?
Yeah, $500.
Yeah,
600, $700. But like you said, Ninja, it'd be good for TV.
It would be a lot of fun.
And bragging rights would be tremendous.
Or we just throw on minis and make you guys really sweat.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. I just got back and heard Marathon Monday. We're not signing you up for anything, Stowe. Don't worry.
Yes. So it's you're not
1,000 losses,
have to do
rookie
that.
numbers. I could do way more.
If the competition is how much one could lose with one micro, I could be a contender. You know, it was pretty shocking during the like the Liberation Day and then the Good Time to Buy Day when how much you could make and lose with a single micro in a few seconds at times was the most insane thing to see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Merritt. The challenge is out there.
It's Merritt in the chat.
I think he's not. That's the great thing. Somebody has to tell him.
When we had this discussion the first time, he did seem like he was interested in the chat.
Whoa. Hold on. Do we only have like 100 likes? What is this? You better be clicking the like button. If we're gonna do a 24-hour trade challenge, we better get more than 100 likes. He isn't. Yeah, he's busy trading.
Orange juice.
That's fine. Somebody can go tell him. We'll send the bird, the dove, the communication dove.
I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm pretty sure he's in. Pretty sure he would do it.
Yeah.
I don't put words in his mouth, but I would imagine he'd be interested in competing against Leo in this.
Yeah. He would definitely sounded. I just want the bragging rights. I want nothing else. Maybe it doesn't have to be Merritt. It could be Kane. We could do a 3, me, Kane, Merritt, Tanya, whoever
Whoever wants to do it.
Whoever wants to do it. 24-hour challenge. And Q is going to take you out. Yeah, it's not a fun market when you're getting run over.
That's the beauty of the reverse button.
Welcome to the stream. We are trading NQ and ES. Currently, we're not in a trade, but that's the 2 markets we're talking about right now. Trading OJ futures with Eddie Murphy. Man, I need to watch that movie again. It's been a while. No stops.
No
Listen,
stop, just reverse.
if you're going to trade NQ, you must use a stop. Fat fish. Especially if they rent the entry. I mean, not especially, just always, you should always have a stop. Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie. Yeah. It's Trading Spaces, right? Have you seen it, Nick? Trading Places. Right.
Oh, it's Trading Spaces. Trading Places? I don't remember.
There's the 5-minute mid.
Do you short it?
I'm not going to short it. No.
Short it in MOC?
We got
Hope the best.
2 minutes left.
We got 1 minute left. Trading Places.
This is actually, Nick, I can confidently say this is probably the worst stream that we've had to get on because we got on right here. Let's see.
Yeah, it really was like you had to be long. There was not a single pullback.
We started right here at like 38. They did the metal segment, and we've literally just gone straight up.
I mean, I got in at 55.30s basically.
Oh, in the arena. Is that the Ninja competition?
Yeah, I saw something about that. I
Are
didn't
we
really
allowed to talk
know what it
about
was.
that?
I don't know. Yes.
We are. Okay. So the arena is a competition for traders, right? We need to get more information on that out there in the wild.
Yeah, I
I
saw
think I saw like an ad on Facebook. I rarely get on Facebook, but when I did pop in, I saw it. Ninja sent out emails already. Maybe I'm
yeah,
not on the list.
I saw something. Oh, there's MOC.
A little pop. You went long at VWAP. Okay.
Yeah, could see that. Yeah, I guess it was kind of the breakout at that LVN. So you're kind of just taking the other side of my trade. That was probably the
Yeah.
only.
They're giving a demo away. They're giving away some dough to whoever hits the target in demo. That's cool.
Nice.
You get 25K and it's for 1 week. $5,000 purse gets split among the top 10. That's really fun.
That's cool. Does it matter what product you trade? Somebody knows. I probably could have read the email that was probably sent to me.
Did
But
you
I
get
saw,
one?
I don't know. I feel like I saw it on Twitter or someone was talking about it.
Yeah, we need to find the sign up. I'll find the sign up and I'll tweet about it.
No, limited to the big four. So NQ, ES, GC, and CL. Well, maybe.
You have to trade tariff futures to be eligible. Oh, there we go. A
They're
link.
behind the scenes. They got us. There's the information
Gotcha.
right there in the chat.
Let's see. Enter the arena. Test your skills and risk-free, and then NinjaTrader Arena. This could be fun. How many people are in it? Do we know?
I would assume a lot. Let's see.
So is the registration already over, I assume?
No, it's still up.
But then you're late, so you're
Yeah,
missing
you're
out.
late, but people could be red and still working through it. So you're still at a zero balance, I guess.
I'm gonna sign up.
Just takes one trend day, bro.
It says he already registered. Dang. Let's try my
Oh, it says
login.
it's full. 4 days to sign up. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's full.
Okay. We need to know next time that goes. That could be fun.
I feel like I saw it a few days ago too when it was being promoted and I just didn't know what it was. So now I know next time. And we are just marching to possibly
marching right to the IB high.
close on the highs, which is just wild. Maybe I should have bought those calls like I was. Nope, I'm a good boy. I'm still keeping myself limited in timeout for the time being. Early in the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Not gonna
there's plenty
fall.
of activity. Plenty of activity.
I was good
The
last
stream
week. I
volume
really
was
did
low.
not trade much Wednesday afternoon, and I did not trade Thursday or Friday.
Fatfish, is there a leaderboard anywhere? Okay. Oh, somebody said it's full. So maybe they'll do another one. It can be fun to do, when there's not much else going on. Like if you don't have a proper maybe you don't have a proper setup or you're done trading, with you're done trading for real.
Right.
That could be fun.
Well, we got 5 minutes to the close. So, what are everyone's thoughts? Are we going to close at a new high of day? Roughly about 50 points away on NQ. ES got a little more work to do, about 15.
How to get live news. Like a squawk?
There's a few things out there, a bunch of free stuff, but you're still going to be delayed. Sometimes, honest to God, even like seeing things on X is like the fastest way. But yeah, a squawk is probably the only thing that would get you real time.
Are you on the squawk group on Twitter?
No, but I just follow a few that actually alert and like, oh, give me a
I
notification.
have like an actual tab. Somebody added me at some point. I could
that's
add you
cool.
to it.
Add me to it.
Financial Juice is good.
Yeah, financial juice is I usually just have up throughout the day. That's probably the easiest thing, just to because that's you'll be delayed still, but I mean you're getting it just about when everyone else is outside
They
of
have a new.
Bird.
They actually have a new squawk service that's pretty.
Is it?
It's not very expensive. I think it's called like Pro or Premier or something. Everything is Pro.
Everything is plus, pro,
Premium plus Pro.
elite, platinum, max.
Well, chat. Sorry there wasn't a great trade to take except for the one that we both got stopped out on.
Just a complete unwind. Didn't see that coming. Not with it. Look, I mean, like you said, we just kind of saw sellers pretty much in control, slowly drifting us downward all morning. But now just a complete reversal. Not the wouldn't have been on my bingo card this afternoon, I can tell you that much.
Like Jim's coming back. Jim, I think if you took a nap, you did the right thing because I would have preferred to take a nap too.
I was not napping. I was doing my trading. I was in the arena with the trading challenge.
Oh, are you in it?
No, employees I think are strictly prohibited.
Oh, from the free challenge?
I don't know. I don't know. I could ask. It's I know a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and this arena thing is going to be legendary. There's so many moving parts and things that are going to happen with this over the course of soon, but over the course of time, it's going to be outstanding. But Fatfish was right. We had like 1,500 signed up right away.
That's great.
Yeah,
Sounds like fun.
it is a lot of fun. But it might get people interested, right? So I'm a little bit scared of futures. I don't know what it's all about. You don't spend any money. It's a sim account, and you get in there, and good times, man.
Yeah. Hey Jim, we ordered some OFL hats. They'll be here in a couple of weeks.
Ooh.
I got the gray ones and the black ones. The black ones I'm really excited about because they based on the mock-ups, they look pretty good.
Ooh. Who do I need to bribe to get a OFL hat?
What I heard is that me, myself, and I, we're just gonna make something appear on your doorstep one day.
Oh,
That's what I heard.
you're the man.
It may take a number of weeks, but they'll get there, Jim.
Nick, he'll get more priority than
I
you
just
got, Nick.
I just give Leo crap because he told me he was sending me a hat. It took
6 weeks. Yeah.
I think it was sent via Pony Express, and it was
And
only
we're like 3 hours apart.
state.
Yep.
Oh, all right. So it's not in my front porch right now.
Not yet.
Does it come with OFL Prime?
OFL Prime hand delivered.
Yeah, Leo's gonna
That
drive
would be something else.
drive it himself.
You drive yourself, I'll buy you dinner.
That's fair. Nothing beats a 16-hour drive like free dinner.
Oh man. All right, you get to hang out with me for a long weekend. That's worth it. That's worth the price of admission.
Now we're talking.
There's the bell. Don't
Wow,
mess
we
with
came
the
all the way
bell,
back.
Jimmy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we got on the stream, it just went straight up. We didn't really get a chance to do much.
Yeah. It just begs the question, is this, we have some data this week finally coming up. Maybe this is like, all right, we're just going to be, we're going to be pausing, unched on Monday, even though it's supposed to be a green day. And then we're going to go crazy with the stuff that's hitting the street.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway. All right, guys. So great job as usual. And everybody, let's smash that like button for these guys. They're working hard.
Smash that like button. I like it.
Smash it. They're laying it on the line, man. I mean, winners, losers, it doesn't matter. It's right there in front. We got a a peek behind the curtain, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you for having us on every time.
Yep. Thanks, Jim.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. We will be back with some more OrderFlow Labs tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and do a really super quick wrap up here. I see the countdown timer hitting the screen. Yeah, we just made it. We came all the way back. I mean, we ended up at the point of control, 86 point range today. So a subtle range today. We didn't go anywhere. We went sideways. And Sarah Strat Sniper had a great comment on X today about where we need to be before she's bullish. And I think Pax and Pharm are also kind of in this wavelength here, and that we need some distance between last week's high. And we don't have that right now. We have a perfect doji right now. This is a weekly chart I'm showing. I know it's only one day. One day doesn't make it doesn't make a weekly chart, but that's kind of the line in the sand, I think, for a lot of the bulls I'm hearing today, which is kind of surprising. The 55-55 level, we're almost there. We'll see if we make it or not. But Sarah had a good post. Check her post out on X today. The other story I think was gold, and I just wanted to pull this up because we caught a huge bid. Me and Tracy talked about it. Maybe the xylophone pattern is breaking right now on a daily gold chart. We have a lot of support right here on gold in 32.92. That's my dyslexia or what, ADHD. I don't know what I have. I have one of those. I might have both of those. And so it's good support. At 8 AMA is just cruising right through the middle there. And now, on the top side, I could draw my hamburger bun. I'm going to do it real fast right now because we do have top side resistance. If I could do this without breaking anything, there we go. And that approximately starts around 3370-ish, give or take a couple points. So we're kind of again, really consolidating. Everything's going to consolidate, but we did have a big move up today in gold. So we'll see if we could break on through here. We have a target wick all the way up here at 3511. This market is itching to be back in the 3,500 level. So that's what we have today. We'll talk more tomorrow morning. Remember, we're starting at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. NinjaTrader Live. We have Shy. We have Anthony Crudele. It's going to be a glorious day, Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be green or red. We'll have to get the edge full stats. But in the meantime, folks, thanks for coming. Appreciate everybody being part of this community. It's an awesome community. You guys are making it an awesome community. Appreciate you there, and we'll see you in the morning. And remember, most important message, please be safe out there and be good to each other. Thank you.